You tell me.
This way.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Why don't you just leave in?
Liver, weighed by Constable Patterson, was...
983 grams.
Organ's lower left end appears slightly enlarged and discoloured. Tissue sample taken this date, 11:35 a.m. for further analysis. That completes the examination of the lower cavity. Now we'll move on to the head cavity. Still with us, Constable? Good. Cranial saw, please.
Is this really necessary? Can't you just let the dead rest in peace?
No, I can't, Mrs. Radcliffe, any more than you could. Apart from which it happens to be my job.
You don't even know what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, I might, if you'd be a little bit more cooperative.
You can't be serious. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Easy, Grace.
It's not all that ridiculous when you consider...
You're from the city. You take it for granted everyone's out to rip off the system because that's what people do in the city. Even the police.
No one's accusing anyone of anything at this stage, Grace. All we're after is the answers to a few simple questions, that's all.
Dad's never done one wrong thing in his entire life, Sergeant Croydon. You should know that. You're supposed to be mates.
We're not talking about your father, Grace. We're talking about you.
I don't understand.
You saw Frank Carruthers outside when you came in. PJ's had a bit of a talk with him.
Yes, it's quite a long talk. We've heard his side of the story, now we'd like to hear yours.
What did he tell you?
We'd rather not say it, at least not till you've had a chance to explain things.
That farm is everything to Dad. His whole life.
I know.
What was I supposed to do? Just stand by and watch while he lost everything he'd ever worked for? Maybe Jim and Warren could, but I couldn't.
So you got together with Frank and made a plan.
Frank was just doing me a favour.
By picking up the harvester?
It wasn't just that the payments to the finance company were overdue. I checked through the accounts at work. Dad had let the insurance go too.
Wasn't there some other way you and your brothers...
All that land, you see, the livestock, everything, we don't own it. The bank does. Most of what we earn goes to paying off the mortgage, not even paying it off. Just trying to stop it going through the roof. By the time we cover expenses, there's nothing left. Nothing. I just wanted to give him some breathing space until the advance for next year's crop came through.
Easy, love, it's all right.
It seemed like such a harmless thing to do. Only Frank and I would know what he was going to get hurt.
Well, what do we have here?
Are these what you're after, eh?
Give them to me.
Now, they've got the deceased's name on them. They're officially part of his estate.
They're mine. I wrote them. Please. They won't tell you anything you need to know for your files.
Well, let's see what they tell me.
I had a relationship with David. He was the overseer on my husband's property. It was all of 8 years ago. We had a lot in common. You know, love of good books, good music. It wasn't something we planned, it just happened. It was over almost as soon as it began. We were both very mature and very rational about it. If we'd been 5, 10 years younger, it may have been different. But we weren't. And it wasn't. There was a child. There is a child. It's my daughter, Sophie. My husband thinks he's her natural father. That's why I wanted those letters back, badly.
What else can you tell me about Mr. Tufnell?
Well, apart from the fact that he loved Byron and Marla and he was a good, honest, hard-working man who cared nothing for material success. Not much, I'm afraid. He never spoke about the past, and I made it a point never to ask.
And this was as far as he got. Did you continue to see each other?
No, we didn't. I wrote occasionally, but he never replied. For which, in the end, I think I was grateful. He was a good man. So now you have what you came for. I'd better be getting back. That is, unless, of course, you're still determined to charge me with something.
No, you're free to go. Mrs. Radcliffe, you might as well take these, you're right. There's nothing in the money for the files.
Thank you. Now that I've told you, maybe one day I'll find the courage to tell my daughter.
There you go. Oh, thanks. I must look a wreck.
You look fine.
Like my world's about to fall apart and all I can think about is how I look.
Grace, I'm sorry the way it turned out.
It's nothing to do with you. You were just doing your job.
You were right about me not knowing much about the bush or farmers. Maybe when this is over, you could...
Show you the ropes. You might have to visit me in jail first.
I'm sure it won't come to that. Not if the Sarge has any say in it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding. You want me to wear all this extra time and expense and just forget the whole thing ever happened?
If you do push ahead with these charges and Grace is convicted, the worst she'll get is a suspended sentence.
So?
Any legal conviction automatically means she loses a position at the bank.
So, she makes a mistake. She pays for it.
We could always go back to her father and convince him to press charges against you for assault, trespassing.
His daughter was up to her ears in a scam to defraud my client. I had every right to be there.
Not if it was for the express purpose of physical intimidation, Mr. Biller.
He can't press charges. He's got no witnesses. Now look, just because I collect debts for a living...
It's not what you do for a living, Mr. Miller. Most debt collectors manage to treat people as decent human beings. You treat them like shit.
Because by and large, that's how they treat me. You spend half your life being cursed and spat on by the general public. It starts to rub off.
Okay, it's a tough job and you're a little out of pocket, but at least you got what you came for. Now, why destroy a young woman's career just to prove a point?
Proving a point is what it's all about. I let people like the Crowder girl put it over me. Then word gets out I'm a soft touch. I lose credibility. Then I'm out of a job. I'm going with the charges, okay?